Erik ten Hag has done little to disprove the image of him as a ruthless manager over the last 12 months, and the Dutchman will need to call on his cutthroat nature more than ever this summer. From benching Marcus Rashford for turning up late for a meeting to axing Cristiano Ronaldo entirely, the Manchester United boss has taken no prisoners in his quest for success. Jadon Sancho, sent to the Netherlands for an individual training program, knew exactly where he stood, as did Harry Maguire when the club captain was left on the sidelines with left-back Luke Shaw picked ahead of him. Ruthless decisions have defined Ten Hag's first year at Old Trafford, and all of them have paid off. A world-class manager needs to make tough decisions, and they need to get them right. A summer of major investment is on the horizon, and United's eagerness to back their manager has been no secret. Ten Hag is expected to bring in at least 2 big-name signings, with a world-class number 9 and a technical midfielder top of the summer shopping list. But with the protracted takeover process creating budget uncertainty, departures will be required to raise further funds. Maguire, 30 years old and in fear of losing his England place, could leave, while first-choice goalkeeper David De Gea is in the final weeks of his contract and looking increasingly likely to depart on a free. A new right-back is also on the radar, and wide options are being eyed further forward. Unfortunately for Ten Hag, he will not have the luxury of endless wealth to fill those gaps, regardless of who is cashing the checks when push comes to shove. United spent more than £200 million last summer but were hamstrung in January as a result. This summer's transfer budget is expected to be around £120 million initially, and if reports are to be believed, then that won't yield much change from the signing of a world-class striker. Big money arrivals will almost certainly mean big money exits. Ten Hag's first summer was almost exclusively centered around arrivals, with only Andreas Pereira and Tahith Chong leaving for a tangible fee, around £10 million combined. This year is entirely different, with tens of millions needing to be raised in order to finance planned signings. It presents the Reds boss with a new challenge in having to offload first-team players, some of which may not be banging on his door to depart. Maguire's future has been uncertain for some time, but despite his England fears, recent reports have suggested the defender would rather stay and fight for his place than give up. Similarly, the likes of Anthony Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Sancho may prefer their future be in fighting for minutes at Old Trafford, rather than moving on. High wages may also prove problematic. Additions in certain areas will almost certainly send a message to those on the fringes. A new midfielder will push the likes of Fred and Scott McTominay further down the pecking order, leaving them with a decision to make, but it is for Ten Hag to ensure their choice works in the interests of the club. Knowing when and how to edge players out the door is the mark of a manager's transfer acumen, particularly at a club having to work within financial fair play regulations. The Dutchman will be tested between now and September in ways he is yet to be at United, and how he navigates a hectic window will be crucial to next season's progress.